Hey, my friend, how are you? Headed to Cape Coral. Shit. Almost out of power. Hey, Dylan, what's going on, man? Congratulations on getting that job. I saw that. Hey, James, saw your vlog. Bob, how are you doing? Wow, 7 people already. It's Friday night. I guess it's that sort of time. So we got a little trip on our hands. This time we're gonna make it all the way. Oh, it's not. Are you in Cocoa Beach? Um, I used to go there as a kid. Hey, Breton. And it's been a little while, at least 3 or 4 months. So I'm in Venice. I'm going to be driving to Cape Coral. It's going to be about an hour and 15 minutes at least. I haven't seen any Washingtonian seeds yet, but there's a big parking lot in Cape Coral that has like 40 Washingtonians, so we're good. There might be some old seeds. The weather's been pretty wet. It is, let's see what the temperature is. 81. It rained earlier today. It's been pretty wet here, like the day after, still water in the ditches and everything. I would say that's probably the lower end of Jubea's climate zone. I'm not, like, for me, I'm not really that well versed on Jubea and growing it because I can't grow it here. So, but it has been known to take some serious cold. Like, there are some specimens in England and northern France that have been around since like the turn of the 20th century. Yeah, man, we got 8 people already. We had 7 in like a minute. I bet it was 90. Yeah, they replanted, James and Cocoa Beach on Christmas of '89. It got down to 19 degrees there and killed basically every single coconut there. So if you see one that's kind of like older, like over 20 feet, 30 feet tall, like you can tell it's been there for a long time. It's extremely rare. See if you can try and find one. 9 people, hell yeah. Is Northampton County like the Eastern Shore? Because I'm not familiar. I don't know. It's not a county south of Richmond, I don't think. Maybe it's between Norfolk and like Chesterfield, or I mean, Norfolk and Petersburg. I think Jubei would grow in like Cape Hatteras. Okay, yeah, I think it would grow there. It wouldn't grow very fast, but it would grow. I have not eaten anything for dinner, nor will I until at least midnight. They magnolias on the median. I think it might have been. There are magnolia. You can grow magnolias here, yeah. I used to go to Cocoa Beach, James, from about '83 to like '97. I mean, I was, obviously a kid, and I saw like suddenly one year there were just no coconuts. It was very weird, but I mean, Merritt Island probably has the best climate of all because it doesn't have as much like there's more land in between the water, and it's not as the water doesn't kick up as much, so it's not as salty. Hey, Ep City, yeah, everything will grow over 4 months then freezing. Yeah, yeah, it does have a very cool climate. I'm not. I think it's weird. The Eastern Shore of Virginia is like the area that borders like the Atlantic Ocean. That's not really that built up comparatively to the rest of basically the east coast of the U.S. I think it's mostly due to like the rocky coastline, and it's kind of like irregular and harder to get to, I'm guessing. Another 9A winter. We'll start growing queens outside then, I guess. Your friend lives, in Merritt Island? There's a couple old growers that live there. It used to be a bunch of orange groves, but it's been converted to, unfortunately, like everything else, into housing. So the north end of Merritt Island has not, as far as I know. Okay, yeah, that's a really good microclimate. You can definitely grow coconuts there. If any coconuts survive 89 in Brevard County, it's probably going to be on Merritt Island. Because in 89, I got down to 23 in Venice. There's a couple Sciagras that can take quite a bit of cold. A lot of the dwarf ones can. You should look into that. UT is too. Yeah, everyone's not a palm lover until they are, is how I look at it. Every person on this earth is a potential palm lover. There's no reason not to like palms. I mean, why would you dislike palms? The only reason I can see is you plant a palm that either has been like a pain to like grow properly and you just had a bad experience, or maybe someone got ripped off by, say, a landscaper. Yeah, I'll look for Butea seeds. Buteas are not planted around here anymore because they're just not. There's so many other options that are either crown shafted and self-cleaning, or just. Yeah, Arcana Phoenix is gonna love like the 65 to 80 range, especially Cunningham. Yeah, 65 to 85. You saw a couple. Would you see a couple of them in Winter Garden? Arcana Phoenix? Pindos? Oh yeah. You'll see, you know where you'll see the most pindos are basically like Ocala and North. You'll see like some of the most beautiful Buteas in that area. Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Lake City, even like Savannah. Okay. So for the past, let's see, just about a month now, I've been doing DoorDash because I've been bored at the house. I think I made like 17 or 1800 bucks. Probably like 300 of that is like over like actual cost of gas and stuff. Depreciation. No, it's not permanent. I'm coming back on Sunday. There's some, if you go into Lake Alfred, there's a couple foxtails at the sign when you enter from the south end. They look pretty ratty, but they're still alive. It's pretty interesting, actually. There's a lot of good lake effect in the south ends of those. Yeah, 2017 was cold, as far as, what's it called? It got down to like 33 in Cape Coral. I remember that. Ashley's still working, but she's gonna see me when she gets off at 11. So I gotta pick up some food in the meantime. Don't know what I'm gonna do for food. Yeah, I'm curious to see if they are still there. It's a possibility. Yeah, I imagine. I know that there's Queens there now, especially like right by the lake. But you get a few miles off the lake, and it's really not a good climate for that. Yeah, New Orleans has a nice, solid like 9B climate. It's they have pygmies there, they have queens, they have. I mean, I've seen foxtails there, but I wouldn't say. I don't know if it's a long-term thing. I'd say New Orleans and Tampa kind of have the same climate. Probably like Tampa's a little bit warmer, like downtown Tampa versus downtown New Orleans. But as far as temperatures go, I'd say Tampa, New Orleans, and Brownsville all sort of have a similar climate. Brownsville's maybe slightly, it has a little more extreme weather. New Orleans is more consistent. Tampa's in the middle. You miss the good old times? Well, I mean, the good old times are right now, my friend. Cocoa Beach is warmer than Tampa, yeah. Doesn't get as hot as Tampa, but it doesn't get as cold as Tampa. It's just more moderated, just like St. Pete. It's kind of like the East Coast version of St. Pete. I'm just gonna break out this Diet Coke and get a little freaky here. So as I told you guys, there's a chance that I would say it's a low zone 10. Solid zone 10 is going to be like Naples is a solid zone 10. Cape Coral is a solid zone 10. Fort Myers. I would say Merritt Island and like Venice have the same kind of climate. It's a little bit unique. It's a little bit unique in the sense that there isn't quite a climate like Merritt Island until you get to say like Palm Beach or St. Lucie County or Martin County. Because it's sheltered from the ocean, from the salt, and there's still salt water around it. You go to West Palm Beach and you go right there on A1A and like everything's just like looks like crap because it's been burnt by all the salt. So now I'm not just going fast enough here. I'm just gonna stay in this thing. So I haven't been down here in like 3 months, and I'm just curious like how much has changed. I guess we'll find out. A lot of things happen in 3 months. Yeah, West Palm Beach is definitely a solid 10B. West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale are actually the only two major cities in the continental U.S. that actually have a tropical rainforest climate. When you get to the Dade County border, it actually turns into a tropical monsoon climate. And all the tropical climates in the West Coast, like basically Punta Gorda and south, or even up here, right around Venice and Sarasota and south, are tropical savannas. Yeah, there's a chance of that, James. We've kind of like come to some terms, and I'm gonna, there's a chance I might gradually start coming back down here. Yeah, because if you look at it, the way the Köppen climate classification goes, there needs to be at least 2 inches of rain every month of the year, and it has to be about 64.4 Fahrenheit as a median temperature every month of the year for it to be a tropical rainforest. So technically, by that definition, West Palm, like Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, even out west in the western area, is technically a tropical rainforest climate. Miami's actually drier than the Northport police are. The funny thing is, I have alcohol swabs in the car to like clean my vape. They're like sitting in the front seat. I get pulled over. They're just gonna search my car for like syringes. That's not what I want. Right. Yeah, I think in the next couple decades you'll start seeing a lot of coconuts in Tampa and Orlando. It's just such that the winters and summers have been such that, I mean, not that the summers need to be anymore, but the winters have been just way too mild compared to even like 15 years ago. It was a little bit chilly in 2017, but not enough to kill a coconut anywhere in Central Florida. I mean, if you planted a coconut like in or around like a lot of like the suburban areas of I-4, like suburban Tampa, Orlando, probably all the way up to Daytona since 2012, it probably would have been okay. It probably would have burned, but it'd survive. I'm not saying that. I would say there's a greater than 50% chance that we plant a coconut now that it would survive 10 years. And for me, the definition of a palm being hardy to an area is if you are able to plant it and it is able to grow up and fruit and regenerate. Because, like, for example, I'm not hardy to Alaska because I think I would die and like I wouldn't be able to, like, I don't know,
live there long term.
It's like you have to realize that you don't get that rain all year round. So with those rainforests get rain year round. You could be like a subtropical monsoonal or subtropical savanna, which the Everglades technically is a subtropical savanna because it's very dry in the winter months. That's why it burns every year. Everyone's like, oh, Florida, the Everglades are on fire. It's like, well, that's what naturally happens. Just like it does in California. Just we as people have decided to encroach on naturally burning areas, and they don't realize that that's a natural thing. Yeah, and that's why we kind of like started, I mean, humans migrated away from the equator. It's believed that the first palm to evolve from other, plant genera or other plant families is Nipa fruticans, which is actually a pretty tropical plant. I mean, it grows. I've seen it growing in Miami, and I believe there's a couple areas. It's actually naturalized in Panama and Costa Rica, but it's native to the Mekong Delta and like Vietnam up into Cambodia. Come on, give me a rolling green. No, I'm not getting a chance. I have not even been this far. This is as far as I went last time. And this is as far south as I've gone in 3 months. The furthest north I've gone is like North Sarasota to go play poker. My book is fully edited. It's not published. As far as like I haven't put it on Amazon yet. If you guys are interested in the book, let me know. I'll set up some sort of coupon code for people who watch the channel. It's gonna be about like $9 on Kindle and maybe like 16 in paperback. It's all about poker. I'm a little bit worried because a lot of it is like a side of me you guys probably have never seen that doesn't really exist anymore, and I don't want you guys to think negatively of me. and it is based off of a true story. It's not all aspects of the story are true. It's quite gritty. Something has changed here. I think that I finally finished this 3-lane situation here. Take it out of econ mode. Let's boost it. Boom. I can tell you, I remember the time when none of this existed here, and it wasn't that long ago. Maybe 12 years ago. Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? I got some, for those of you interested in psychiat, yeah, just subtropical savanna, Zach. But yeah, Chris, I got some lepidozamia seed. I have Hopi and Perovskiana. For those of you interested in the cycads, they're very cool tolerant genus from Australia. Big seeds. They like shady, it's kind of like the equivalent of in my opinion, of a Kentia palm, but it's a cycad. It takes cool low light conditions. Not a lot of cycads are cool hardy. What's going on here? What is this? Honda Civic? Look at this. It sounds terrible, man. That's Toyota Camry, never mind. I don't know if you guys can hear that well, but one thing about Florida that you guys may not know, people that don't live here don't know, is that there's no emissions or inspection. So you never have to take your car to get a check for the brakes, see if it's blowing out massive amounts of CO2 or carbon monoxide. What's it? The nitrogen dioxide. So. But this summer, I've just kind of noticed that there's just more people in Venice. Just becoming a bigger city that it wasn't never meant to be. Cape Coral was meant to be a big city. They had it all gridded out. But Venice was really never meant to be that. So it remains to be seen how well that'll... The traffic on 41 is just borderline unbearable. I'm going way too fast here. Bob, I don't know if Bass Jew does well in Florida's. I don't know. I guess it would. I guess it technically could, yeah. I've never really seen it before in person. Yeah, there are plenty of naturalized fruiting bananas. I always encourage zone pushing, but realize that there will be. I remember back in 2005, one of my cycad mentors told me, he's like, listen, there's going to be years where you're going to really have to protect real hard, and you're going to regret it, and then at some point you're just going to be you're going to sit back and just let nature take its course. And sure enough, over the next 10 years, I kind of just so I'm passing that information on to you guys. Hey Matthew, what's up? Matthew, if you want to, you can just use Dawn, mix with water, just a few droplets to a pint bottle, but don't spray it in the middle of the day because it can burn the plant. Not in direct sun, because you can actually burn the plant. But if you're having that, you can kind of spot spray with it. The next thing you can use is kind of like neem oil. It smells funky, but you can progressively get to more caustic materials. Yeah, no, I agree. Just realize, people should realize that there are going to be parameters that you're going to eventually have to follow. Every couple decades, there's going to be a severe cold snap. I mean, to give you an example, in Venice, there was 2 weeks where it never hit 60, and one day it only hit 43 degrees, and the middle of the day it was sleeting. My air conditioning fan, there was a sheet of ice on it. It wasn't freezing outside, but the way that the fan worked, it was actually it cools down the area by a few degrees, so water just actually froze on the top. I lost all my coconuts, all my Vicias, all my Carpentarias. I lost one of my Neo Vicias. My Satakentia burned. I'll tell you things that didn't burn. My Teddy Bear Triangle Hybrid didn't burn at all. My Kentiopsis did not burn. I had an Etaya that didn't burn. Shambroni did not burn. The Arconda Phoenix burned a little bit, but it grew right out of it. Yeah, it was a lot of crap that's saw down. I had an Actinoritis calaparia, which you don't see very often. It's not a very, it's kind of like a skinny Vicia. It's not that interesting, but it is a little bit on the rarer side. It's rare in cultivation. It's probably more common in habitat. Right. Just so weird being here. Sabuletonia is actually harder than you think because not a lot of people grow it. I know one guy that does have it, like on his property naturally. He lives in Highlands County. But I'll see what I can do. You know, I know it is a cold hardy palm you guys would probably want to grow. It's a nice bike. I miss these streams. Yeah, you know, no reason to do some rogue plantings. I mean, one thing you have to do is make sure the kudzu doesn't take it over. Like that car would not pass like probably safety or emissions in like every single state that has had. I remember Virginia had they still have it, Bob. Does Virginia still have its yearly car tax? Oh, that's cool, Bob. If you know the coordinates of that. That's probably going to be the north end of the Everglades, I would imagine. My favorite Copernicia? My favorite Copernicia is actually a hybrid. As crazy as that sounds, because I usually don't like hybrids, but the Copernicia hybrids are some of the most beautiful palms on earth. There's a Copernicia called Copernicia vespatiliorum, and it is a hybrid between Rigida and Gigas. It's freaking awesome. Anything that's hybridized with Rigida or Macroglossa is going to be a cool palm. Anything that's hybridized with Bailey, it's going to look a little bit rattier. I personally... But Rigida and Macroglossa, you just can't go wrong with a hybrid. It's going to hang on to those characteristics. That's a good question. Okay. Think about a lot of the Copernicias, like some of them don't really get that big. You can grow a lot of them in pots and bring them inside. Zach, if you decide you ever want to build it, building a greenhouse is never out of the question for anybody. I like those cool 80s Winnebagos. You can get them for pretty cheap. Ooh, and gas is cheaper over here. I don't need it, but it's good to know. Yeah, you could do that, Bob. Yeah, giant greenhouse. Make sure it's tall. I'd make it like 15 feet minimum. You know, it's not cheap, but you can, using natural gas as a heater is probably the best way to go. All depends on what you want to grow. If you're going to grow like lipsticks, you're going to have to really be on that, because one night below 45 and it's just good night, Irene. Yeah, you can plant. I have a friend who's a veterinarian, and he has planted tropical stuff in the ground in his greenhouse. It's like taking over most of the greenhouse. It's kind of funny. It's a Etlangeria elatior. It's like that white ginger. It's pretty cool. So you guys may know this. There's some. I try to be like a pronunciation Nazi when it comes to palm genera, but there are some ways that I pronounce it that it should not be pronounced in Latin. For example, most West Coasters, like West Coast of the U.S., pronounce it this way. For example, sables should actually be pronounced sabal, and butia should actually be butia. But our Anglicanization of the word kind of changes that. Now I'm getting tailgated. You guys know how much I enjoy tailgate about as much as I get like getting an ice pick in my eyeball. Yeah, there's a couple interesting growers. One of my friends got some really rare cycads from a guy in Ohio a while back. Not the same guy, but there's some hardcore growers in the Midwest that keep their plants really well taken care of, I guess. Let's say. Sorry if I don't respond as much, it's because I'm focusing on the weekly tailgating session. So much has kind of changed around here. It's crazy. See how this. I'm just gonna get in their lane. I don't really want someone. Oh, here's some of these plants. Like 3 months later, looks like they're leaving the palmettos. Look sad. It's just not that hard to transplant here. Yeah. Palmetto does great in Tennessee. I did get a picture sent to me from a friend of mine. I forget the name of the lake, but it's somewhere like off of I-20, of a palmetto in the middle of the island, an island in the lake. What's the name of that lake? It has a weird name to it. God damn it. That guy stopped, so I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. I should have just gone. Well, it's good to know the brakes still work well on this thing. This is why I hate Port Charlotte. It's just like there was no reason for that light to turn red. There was no one going. Yeah, that is actually a pretty cool thing, Bob. I would do that like on 95, see when you can start finding palmettos. Saw palmettos. Anyone know how far north those grow on 95? So normally I'm driving now, I don't really check. Yeah, it's not on the Tennessee River. It's a little bit south of it. It's on I-20. It's east of Birmingham. No, I'm sorry. It's between... I'm trying to think of the name of the town. It's not Tuscaloosa. It's near Talladega. It's right across the lake from Talladega, or it's in that lake just to the west of Talladega. No. Hey, Robbie, what's going on? Yamasi? I've seen that somewhere. Probably was an exit on I-95. The AC a little bit too low here. Okay. Normally I see palmettos growing a little bit inland as far north as like Georgetown, South Carolina on the water, but you won't see that like up into 95. All these quarters. See, I mean, like this light turns green, that light turns red, and there's just no... They're not synced at all. It's quite annoying. I've actually seen a Butia in Selma, North Carolina. I remember pulling over there because I think there's like a big tobacco outlet, and I still smoked at the time. I wonder if I can make it to Pollo in time. If I make it to Pollo, they might be like, oh, we got nothing to serve you. Can anyone tell me if Pollo Tropical in Cape Coral is open till midnight tonight? I'm not sure. Can anyone check that on a computer or a phone for me? So if I check it on here, it'll just kill the stream. Yeah, unfortunately, it probably is dead. Bob, it was Pollo Tropical, and it would be in Cape Coral. I know they're open till at least 11, but I think on the weekends they might be open till midnight. I know Culver's is open till midnight, but I really wanted some Pollo. I might still make it, just that around the time they close, they tend to have like nothing available, or it's just... Okay, say 11. Yeah, only the ones in Miami are open till midnight. I was hoping that they had changed their hours, but let's just see what happens. I'll take the 41 route. Maybe, I mean, we're about... I probably would make it there in time, but I don't know if they're going to want to serve me. Oh yeah, I know, Zach. 11 p.m. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking it up, checking up for me. Probably just go to Culver's, which means I'm probably just going to take the Burton Store route. Too fast. I feel like I'm having like a flashback to an earlier time in my life. Look at all these green lights. Punta Gorda has it properly set up. It's like 30 miles an hour for like 2 blocks, and it goes to 35 for a block, and then it's 40. Understandably, this is like a pretty... This is actually the only... This is the only city, incorporated city in Charlotte County. Port Charlotte is not incorporated. It's just an area. Yeah, if you don't cook yuca properly, it can be dangerous. James, the video is probably going to go for at least another it's going to go for at least another 40 minutes. Because I cannot actually get in the house. I don't have the keys anymore. So Ashley doesn't get off work till 11. She probably won't get home till at least 11:15. She sometimes does not get home until 11:30. So there's the cops right there. Not that I have anything to hide. It's just that the cops here have nothing else to do. I've been watching too many episodes of Live PD, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and I know where there's Washingtonians all around here. The problem is if I pull over in a parking lot here, it's private property. One of these cops is going to come up to me and be like, "What are you doing?" And I can't park on the like they don't want you just parking on that. So I have nowhere I can really park. Let's get into Cape Coral and see what we can get ourselves into. Cape Coral cops don't really care about that so much. I could say I wanted to go to a car dealership and didn't want to look at the, but if I have like a vlog stick, then I'm going to look suspicious, you know? Not that I really care, like I can, you know, if I'm filming on the sidewalk, I can do whatever I want, but just having to deal with the situation is just annoying. After Hurricane Charles, they redid this whole landscaping here. They put Washingtonias, foxtails, and pygmy dates. Yeah, yucca is actually like it's a cassava yucca. Right. Yeah, there's some big foxtails. Dole Whip orange flavor. Where are you getting that, Dylan? Like it just rained here not too long ago. And I'm getting here way too early. I don't know, that's such a bad thing though. If I can get the pollo in time, I'm gonna get pollo. Even if it's lukewarm, it's still better than. I just don't want to get fried. I don't want to get like the fish platter at Culver's, and fish when it's like room temperature is kind of not that good. Okay. It's nice to have this old school one. We have a thing called Twisty Tree. There's one of them, I think, in North Fort Myers. A lot of them closed down. Yeah, that breeze is nice. It's even better. Yucca are related to palms, but they're not in the same family. They are monocots. They're more related to agaves. They're more in the succulent family. Actually, now that I think about that, I don't think they are that closely related. I don't know how much construction is down that way. It's kind of. I could probably pull off pollo, and I think I'm gonna do it. Dude, it's been 3 months since I've had pollo. I gotta have it, you know. Oh, you thought the yucca would be soft? There are some that are soft. Like Dracaena, yucca, agave, Dasylirion are all going to be related. I believe that's all going to be correct there. Oh, they lowered the speed limit here. What the hell? Yeah, I like those old mom and pop shops that, you know, unfortunately, corporate America has killed a lot of those smaller shops. No, yeah, they're one and the same, Robbie. Let me get the Poyo, and then we can kind of just play it by ear. Once I get a call from Ashley or a message from her, we'll kind of know. Oh man, maybe it isn't a good idea to get Poyo. Maybe my stomach doesn't want that. I don't know. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Who am I kidding? I've been having. There's a Cuban place right down the street from my sister's house, but we've been there before. I saw that, Zach. Yeah, it's amazing how far north some of those will grow, which is nice. I know that if I ever moved into the southeast, like into North Carolina, South Carolina, I would definitely try and grow everything that I could. Whatever died, and whatever lived, lived. Yeah, there is a yucca native to Florida. It's not the one you normally see planted. That's Yucca elephantipes. I think that's native to Mexico or somewhere. It could be the Southwest, but I think it's northern Mexico. But there are some agaves that are native to and yuccas. I think they're native to Utah, like northern Texas. Adam's needle. There's a plant related to, it's a bulbous plant. It's called a crinum lily. You guys know what, you guys have seen it before. You just may not know them as a crinum lily. No problem, Robbie. Oh, is that what you're talking about? There's one native to, I think it's called Crinum puntiagoraensis or something. It's only native to this area outside of this town. I've never seen it. It could be extinct because no one really cares about them, unfortunately. But I don't think they're. I just think that they're just kind of hanging around. I don't think they're. I would say extinct is kind of extreme. Yeah, Bob, I have some pictures of them I can send you. They're, I have to find them. They're either on my photo bucket, but there's some that have like 3 leaves and a flower stalk coming out of them. It's pretty cool. It's 10:32 in Eastern. I didn't ask Ashley if she wanted some food, but she usually eats dinner at. Hey Paul, what's up? You asked me about what in habitat? No, it wasn't. It was collected, but they grow in drier areas because they don't get as large because of that purpose. Okay, I haven't used cruise control this thing in a long time. Let's get it up there real quick. Okay. Wow. Yeah, it's probably from Miami. Most coconuts from in sold in North America are from Miami or from like right around here. Yeah, I know that city all too well. I need to get some glasses so I don't have to stare forward to look at the screen. This phone has taken such a beating through all the vlogs, the live streams, me using it as the DoorDash app, What else do I do there? Oh, a bunch of editing. Blountstown, yeah, that's it. That's right there in the. That's right there in the Chattahoochee River. Now, Miami got it from Miami. Possibly could have imported some stuff from Jamaica, but most likely it just got grown in Miami from seed in Miami. Yeah, the Blountstown dwarf is well known. I've driven through Blountstown a few times. It's the middle of nowhere, other than the fact that it's like 40, 50 miles southwest of Tallahassee, or west of Tallahassee. It's not off of I-10, so it's a little bit of a drive, even if you're going on the interstate. Well, there comes a time when people are into palms, when they see the palms, and they haven't been around palms. Like, I see palms every day. You may not see them for a while, then you see a palm somewhere. Everyone has a right to be excited, but then, if you have to post about it on Facebook every day, that's a little bit different. I mean, even I saw a potted majesty in Vermont, and it's like in front of a restaurant. It was needing a little bit of help, and I was like, telling the restaurant owner, I'm like, yeah, you just need to water that thing a lot more than you are. And he's like, didn't seem to care very much. I was like, all right, well, just letting you know. Yeah. It is weird to see palms in Paris and London. That do exist there. Probably gonna hit oil right around 10 of 11. I've also seen canaries growing in Tehran, in Iran. I watch a vlogger that was in Tehran, and I saw some small canaries there. I asked him about it. Yeah, London kind of has a perfect climate for that sort of thing. Paul Kraft. Paul, I don't know where he is originally from. I want to say like the Mid-Atlantic, but he had a nursery back in the 80s and 90s in the West. I want to say the West. This could all be wrong, but from what I can remember, he had a nursery in West Palm, then he moved to the Keys, and he moved back, and he's done obviously a lot of writing and everything. And Now he lives in like the Vero Beach area. Last time I saw him was about just under 2 years ago, right around 2 years ago. It just so happened that the same person that I was brokering palms for, he had been come on to buy palms for the, so he does the same thing. He does the same things that I do as far as that's concerned, like just consultations. And he is incredible. When I met him 15 years ago, he's incredible encyclopedia of palm knowledge. If he had a YouTube channel, he's someone I definitely look up to as far as like a mentor from afar, I guess you could say. I have a lot of respect for him. He doesn't say a lot, but when he speaks, you should listen. Yeah, he also was a co-author of the Encyclopedia of Palms with Robert Riffle, who passed away about 13 years ago, but I got the chance to talk to him a few times before he passed away. Very good writer. So Bob, palm legends of the palm world are people, so start with like older palm legends such as like David Fairchild, and some of the scientists. I'm not going to go through all their names, but there's Beccari, he's an Italian guy, there's Wendland, and some of the other botanists like John Dransfield and Scott Zona. They're not much of a cultivator of palms, but their knowledge as far as from a botanical perspective is unmatched. As far as like growers, stuff like that, you have like Jeff Marcus, who is probably undisputably like, overall has like probably the best palm collection in the world. There is Nong Nuc in Thailand, which is a private collection, but I don't feel like the person who owns that place has the knowledge that Jeff Marcus has. Jeff is probably unparalleled, but especially when it comes to tropical palms, there's no one who knows more about that. That's one person I probably would not challenge to like a palm identification test. I probably would still do it because his Caribbean palm knowledge might not be as good, but Paul Kraft is definitely a legend. I would say like, Jeff Searle is definitely up there. His knowledge of a lot of the tropical palms is very high. He's been at a nursery for a long time. He's very respectable, as far as his level of knowledge and experience. The current live streaming. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that's really notable. There are other people. What's going on here? There's a lot of brake lights. There's a couple guys you guys might not know. Chuck Hubbock, who used to be the director of collections at Fairchild, is definitely a legend. I don't think he ever gets enough credit. Eric Schmidt, who is the head of collections, I don't know what his actual title is, at Lou Gardens in Orlando, definitely a legend as far as like pushing zones. His knowledge of like cold hardiness is unparalleled for like Central Florida. Dent Smith, the founder of the International Palm Society. Yeah, Palm Talk legends. There's a couple guys on Palm Talk that, I'm not going to say who it is, but there's one guy who actually got into palms, started talking to me. He's from California, and he is now an IPS director, but he didn't know anything about palms when he first met me. He's older than I am by about 7 or 8 years. I was just kind of becoming a broker, I guess you could say, and I try and mentor people. Everyone becomes new to palms at some time. Oh, Dale Holton is definitely another palm legend. Oh, I appreciate that, Zach. 21 Celsius, so that's about like 71, 72 Fahrenheit, I'm guessing. Yeah, Dent Smith is definitely... There's a couple other people like Teddy Bueller, the lady she fed, kind of had the first like fruiting Satakentia. These people in Miami. I'm trying to think of other Yeah, that's all that's coming to my mind right now. I'm sure I can think of some other people. There's a couple guys that have passed away, like John DeMott in Homestead, definitely further a lot of like palm research. Oh, is it really? Well, I appreciate that, Bob. You know, I left the palm world for a number of years, one for Psycats and two for poker, and I feel really bad about that. I feel like I betrayed. So the past few years I've been asking for forgiveness. Oh man, I could definitely hit up Pollo, but I just feel like by the time I get it, sit down, eat it and everything, it's gonna be cold. Could go to Wawa. And then again, I could get chicken nuggets, which is like not really on my list of like things to get. But my favorite palm genus, do you mean, Paul? My favorite palm genus is gonna be Likwala. Well, it's what's on my license plate. I feel like I think that in recent times I've come to appreciate other genera though more than Likwala. I think that Atalaya is definitely going to be up there. What else is going to be up there? I like Copal Thrinax. No, Paul C is from Canada. But it's a good, it's not a bad assumption. I think Paul Craft is asleep at this time of the evening. I should finish writing my book on. I still have, Paul is selling his book on Amazon, and I told Paul, I put it on the Palm Talk, I'm like, it's the only book I keep in my truck, and it's still in my truck. Yeah, those are all great. Christofferson, like the singer, but with a C. Yeah, I kind of have that problem. I will say though, it'd be nice to have a night where I can sleep without the dogs. Not that the dogs are barking or anything, I just need to be away from dogs for a while. I've had enough dogs. My sister's a dog lover, and I appreciate that, but I need to. I'm tired of having to close every door I go behind. Reminds me of you guys seen Office Space, where there's a guy who's actually named Michael Bolton in the movie, and he goes to what's it called? He has to go to an interview, and the guys are like, oh, what's he's like, Michael Bolton. He's like, oh, like the singer. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, this must be twice as hard, with having his name and all. We just love the guy. Yeah, I try and go back to sleep. It's really hard for me. I have I have a prescription medication I can take for it, but I don't like it because it gives me like this hangover feeling. And I don't really drink. So. I've been going to sleep around 2:30 in the morning and getting up around like 8. And then I will do stuff until about 1:30, and then take a nap till like 4, and then I'm up until 2:30 again. So yeah, waking up with a pool of sweat is usually a sign of like some stress. It's happened to me, so yeah, I'm not hitting up Pollo in the last 10 minutes of their you're gonna get nothing but dried up food and garbage, and that's not. I'll be upset. I will throw the food out the window. Yeah, that happens to me too, Dill. When I think about stuff that I inherited from my grandfather, I think. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of like maybe stop by somewhere and take a look around. Maybe Culver's. I'm not gonna order the food right now because Ashley's not off work yet. I got here a little bit early. There's a couple ugly looking spindles there. We are in the Cape though. Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's a little bit scary. I really messed my neck up today. Say it again, Paul. I'm not sure I quite follow. You're supposed to go bowling tomorrow morning. I just don't think that's really gonna. Oh, I got you. That's my last name. Maybe Buffalo Wild Wings is open. Not that I really like the place, but Golden Corral. Oh, my throat is very dry. I hate that feeling when I wake up and I can feel like this air of like, I feel like I have an anchor in my head where I can't really get up properly.
What's that sound?
No one here really likes it's 55 here. I'm doing 55 and yet I'm passing like I guess it's not really that big of a deal. I could get Taco Bell, but then again, yeah, I heard of. There is a Popeyes right here, but I'm not going to eat Popeyes. I respect my colon too much. Okay, sounds good, Paul. Have a good one. See, these guys used to know me really well, the people here at this Culver's. You had Popeyes for lunch? I think that Popeyes is closing. I think they close at 11-ish. Is it like a Chick-fil-A sandwich? Oh, there's space coming from that card on my right. You can't see. It's just so weird to be here. Yeah, we don't have a Bojangles. There are no Bojangles that I've seen, at least in Southwest Florida or South Florida. I think I've seen them in Central Florida, but it's a different animal. All right. I get way too many notifications. So I might get a phone call and I'll have to take it. The stream will pause. It's not going to be for another 10 minutes at least. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up so you know if it pauses. This is the Sam's Club I used to go to. Yeah, I've seen that story, David. Sorry to ask for another favor, but could someone tell me how late Buffalo Wild Wings is open in Cape Coral? I'm curious if it's open till midnight or just 11 o'clock. I'm guessing it's open later because it has that bar and that atmosphere. That let's park here and watch the silhouette of this original 5.0 Mustang. Let's try not to get this tree too much in the way. I don't even know what that is. I think it's a medical building, but yeah, if you Google it, it says 1 a.m. Okay. I don't know if I want chicken wings though. They're kind of expensive considering what they are. One a.m. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Where's the case to my phone? All right. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Do they have good wraps and salads? Oh, I need to get out. Can you guys hear those notifications? Did I put this on correctly? I hope I did. Yep. All right. You guys can see I actually have, those are all filled with Sabonaria seeds. My book. I'll probably have to call him back in a few minutes though. So let's go out for a little bit and then I'll probably have to go, but I'll at least give you guys a little bit of a look around here. Maybe I'll go and get a menu. Oh yeah, there's some leg action going on here. Yeah. Hey, no problem, James. Sorry I couldn't talk more. Most of the time when you were messaging me, I was actually, oh my God, that looks identical to a Jeep I used to have. I was actually driving, so if you guys want to learn, if you guys want any driving instructions, just give me a call. See? It's kind of embarrassing. I really shouldn't do that, but there's no one else around, so it doesn't really matter. If this were a busy parking lot, I would actually care, but there's nobody here. So that is a magnolia that is definitely dying. Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to definitely help out the videos, but yeah, there's Cocoa Plum. There's some kind of vine going through it. I just don't want to look too sketchy because, you know, people do like their privacy. This thing is definitely in need of a car wash. Let's see if there's anything else. See, there's actually a magnolia that's doing pretty well. And that's not why you guys subscribe to this channel, though. Oh, there isn't really much of anything here. Crap. All right. So I have to give this guy a call back. I'm not really sure what to do here. All right, guys. Do you guys mind if I go ahead and kill the feed and then try and get back on a little bit later? You guys okay with that? I know you wouldn't. You're not okay with it, Zach. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and go live. A little bit later. No, there aren't any coconuts nearby, unfortunately. I would go to them. Yeah, I know. I don't want to be like, oh, guys, sorry, gotta go. But yeah. This guy's helped me with my book, and he's available now. So, uh, hopefully I'll be on in a little bit. Depends on when Ashley gets off work and stuff. So, alrighty. I'll see you guys hopefully soon. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.